Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon and never miss another update from Almighty Java. Before going further, I'll show you from where you can find the other videos of React. I am showing you this because most of the time people are asking these types of questions. So here is our YouTube page. Now click on the playlist. The first one you can see, so this is the playlist for React and Spring Boot. So when you click on this, you will reach to the playlist page. So from here, you can watch all the videos. Return back to home. Now click on the About tab. If you want to ask personally, then here is the email address. And if you want to connect with me in other platforms like GitHub and Facebook, then here are the links. In this video, we'll see how to fetch user list using Redux and how to call that Redux action in any of the React components. So here you can see the application is already up and running. If you are following my videos, then you are aware of the functionality which I have implemented as part of the earlier videos. And if you have not watched the last video about Redux, then please watch it, because here I am not going to explain the concept about Redux that I have already explained as part of the previous video. So in this video, I am going to implement the functionality which I have shown you in the previous video. As part of this video, I am going to start Redux integration with user list component. Later, I'll create a video for a list create, update and delete for book component as well. First, let's stop the server, because like I said in the previous video, the Redux integration, we need to install 3 dependencies like Redux, React Redux and React Thunk. Dependencies installed successfully. Before start, let's update the existing dependencies using the update command. Dependencies updated successfully. Now let's start the server. Server started. Let's quickly check is everything working fine or not. See, everything is working fine. First, I'll show you like whenever we add any new dependencies, so in which file it registers. So open the package.json file. See, here are the entries for those 3 dependencies. Here, I just want to change the name from bookshop to bookstore. So open navigation bar.js file. Change the text. One more place we need to change, so open the app.js file. Here also change the heading. And that's it. Let's check now. See, now it is showing properly. Let's create a new directory, name, let's say services. Like I said earlier, I am going to integrate Redux for the user list. So let's create a subdirectory and name, let's say a user. Now let's create all the files which are required for Redux. File name, let's say usertypes.js. File name, let's say useractions.js. File name, let's say userreducer.js. So these 3 files are required for user. Now need to create some common file which we can use for other components also. File name, let's say rootreducer.js. File name, let's say store.js. So these 5 files are required for Redux. Now let's create 3 constants in usertypes.js file. Constant name, let's say fetch user request, fetch user success, fetch user failure. We are keeping these constant in a separate file, so in future if we want to change the constant value, then we can directly add the change in this file and it will not create an impact anywhere. We are keeping export, so we can use these constants in other files also. So I hope these changes are clear for you. Now let's add changes in user actions file. First, let's import all 3 user types. Now let's create actions for fetch user request, fetch user success and fetch user failure. So 3 standard actions we created. Now let's create a method and method name, let's say fetch users. So here I mention export, so we can use this in another file also. This fetch users method will contain the Axios related code. So first let's import the Axios. Here Axios code is same as like we added in React component file. In React we set response related things to state, but here we are not using any state related things, so we will call dispatch method and pass the actions. So I hope these changes are clear for you. For the URL, let's copy from a user list component. So let's open the user list and app.js file, because those files we are going to update later. Let's copy the request URL. Now, along with type, we also need to add payload related things. Payload you can correlate with response. So in case of user success, payload is users. And for user failure, payload is error. So that's it for this file. Now let's add required changes in user reducer file. Here, first import all the types. Create a constant for the initial state and initialize the users and error. Create a constant for reducer, and here in this function, so pass two parameters like state, and here itself initialize state with an initial state, and second parameter is action. We are allowing this to access from outside, so we need to add export default also at the end. Now let's create a switch statement, and here based on action type, let's create the cases. So if action type is fetch user request, then return the copy of the state. So using these three dots and state, we can copy the state. Next case is like if action type is fetch user success, then return the users from action payload and error should be empty. Next case is like if action type is fetch user failure, then return the empty array for users and get the error value from the payload. Now let's add the default case. So here simply return the state. And that's it for this file. I hope this code is clear for you. Now let's add code for root reducer. First, let's import the combine reducer from Redux. Now import the user reducer which we created just now. Let's create the constant for root reducer. Here, using combine reducer method, pass the user reducer. We are going to use this root reducer in store file, so let's add export related logic. Let's add required changes in store. Let's see how to create a store. First, let's import the create store and apply middleware from Redux. Now let's import the thunk from Redux thunk. Import the root reducer. Create a constant for store. Using create store method, let's create the store. So here pass the root reducer and apply middleware. In apply middleware, pass thunk. All the Redux related changes are done. Quickly review all the changes. let's restart the node server. Server started. See, it is working fine. Now, let's see how to integrate Redux with React. Let's add required changes in app and user list file. First, let's open the app.js file. Let's import the provider from React Redux. So we added the Redux code to fetch the data for user. So to use that Redux logic, we should not use user list component directly. So it should be a part of the provider. See, it is simple. We kept user list inside the provider. Now let's import the store. In provider component, there is a props for store. So for store props, pass the store which we imported just now. Changes are done for app.js file. Now let's add changes in user list file also. First, let's import the connect from React Redux. Import the fetch users from the user actions. Now here, we are not making any call using Axios, so remove this import. So here you can see we are calling find all random users method. This method is already commented. Let's comment this method as well. So instead of calling local find all random users method, let's call the Redux fetch users method. So this method we can call using props. I hope things are more clear for you. So if we are not using Redux, and what if we want to use user list somewhere like in book component, then how are we going to use? So the answer is using props. Here, this is just a sample project, but in real time scenarios, there could be 100 subcomponent, then it is very difficult to maintain. So to resolve this issue, Redux comes to picture. So now using this, you can fetch users anywhere you want. Now this is not enough. We need to add something else also, where we will declare this fetch user props. Here I remove the export related logic from the top and I am using at the end. Here we need to declare two constants like map state to props and map dispatch to props. And use connect function and pass these two constants. Now for map state to props, let's return the user data, and for user data, get the value from the state user. And for map dispatch to props, let's return the fetch users, and for fetch users, get the value using dispatch, and from inside this dispatch call fetch users method of user actions. Okay, this code is done. Now let's refresh the page. It is giving some error because we missed something in root reducer file. So let's fix this. So basically here, it is not the combined reducer. It should be combined reducers. So here S is missing. Let's check now. See, it is not giving any error, but it is not returning any result also, because now we are not making the direct call. So we need to add some more changes in the user list file. Here you can see we are using the key as user data. So let's use this key to get the data. So here after this div, let's add the logic. First, let's check user data dot error. So if there is any error, then show the error in the form of alert. So let's add the bootstrap alert component. We need to import the alert also. So now for the else case, move this card code. We cannot read users from state. create the constant for user data and get the user data from the props. Let's create the constant for users and read users from the user data. See here, we created constant like, so we don't need to modify so much code, and that's it. Let's try now. See, it is working and showing the 5 records. Only thing is like pagination is not working now. Let's fix the pagination related code. Here is the pagination button code. And here we are calling the functions on button click. So let's see what are the changes required for these functions. So for first and previous page functions, we don't need to add any change. For last and next page, we need to add some of the changes. Here you can see we are getting the user's length from the state, but now we cannot get the user's dot length from the state. We need to use props. So let's add the required changes. Here we are using this two places. So let's create a constant for user's length and assign the value which we are going to get from props. So now use the user's length. In the next page function also, we need to modify the code. And that's it. Let's check now. See, it is working fine. All the pagination related buttons also working as per the expectation. Let's quickly review the React related changes. Now let's check the error. So let's make this URL invalid. Let's check now and see the error message is coming or not. See, it is showing the error in the alert component. See, this case also working as expected. Let's correct the URL. See, now it is showing the proper result. So both the cases are working fine. Let's close all the files. I checked in my changes. You can find these from my GitHub page. See, here is the repository. See, here are the changes. I hope this video is helpful for you. In coming video, we will move all the API related call to Redux. That's it for this video. Please like and share this video. Subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.